"The teacher, I'm late again. I was late yesterday and the day before that." As I stepped into the classroom, my teacher, Rabbi, was silent, his gaze fixed on me as I walked in casually, trying to blend in with the rest of the class. "Late again," he finally said, his voice calm as he stood up from behind his desk. I felt a twinge of guilt wash over me. "Teacher," I said hesitantly, "I was stuck in traffic." He gave a brief smile, an almost imperceptible one, as he handed out papers down the row of chairs. It was testing day. I could feel the anxiety building up in my chest as Rabbi gave the instructions for the test. His words seemed distant, and I could barely focus on what he was saying. All I could think about was the paper in front of me, the blank questions staring back, daring me to answer them. As soon as he finished speaking and sat back down, I glanced at the first question and felt the sweat start to bead on my forehead. My heart began to race, faster and faster. How could I have been so careless? How could I have forgotten to study for this test? I felt a sudden wave of panic. I wasn't ready. I would fail for sure. For a moment, I considered walking out of the room. I could hear the doubts swirling in my mind, a storm of insecurity and fear. I was inadequate and unprepared, and for the first time in a long while I doubted myself. Then, I heard his voice. "Come here." I froze. Rabbi had removed his glasses, and his eyes met mine over the rim of his desk. My feet felt heavy as I slowly got up and walked toward him, my pulse thudding in my ears. I reached his desk and he looked at me with a calm expression, almost as if he could read every thought in my head. "Is everything all right?" he asked gently. I swallowed hard. "3 times late," I murmured. "I'm not focused. I didn't study. I don't know what I'm doing." My voice trailed off as I shifted uncomfortably. Rabbi's gaze softened. He put his glasses down on the desk with careful precision, then looked me in the eyes. "It's okay. Don't worry about the test. I'll give you extra time." I felt a wave of relief wash over me, but it was mixed with shame. I had let myself get to this point, and now I was being offered something I didn't deserve. Extra time. As I took a seat and continued the test, I felt Rabbi's presence beside me, quiet and understanding. When the exam was over, he collected the papers and watched as the other students filed out of the room. I was the only one left, and the room felt unusually still. Rabbi sat down beside me, took off his glasses, folded them, and placed them carefully on the desk. I waited, unsure of what to say. He spoke first. "I know what's going on with you," he said, his voice steady and kind. "I see the struggles, but despite everything, you always come to class, and that's what matters." I stared at him, unsure of what he meant. "As long as you show up," he continued, "I can teach you, no matter what. Even if you fail, I will never fail you. I'm here to help you get it right." Tears welled up in my eyes, and for the first time in what felt like ages, I didn't feel so alone. My shoulders relaxed, the weight of the world lifting off them. Relieved, I nodded. "Yes, please teach me how." Rabbi's hands gently rested on my shoulders. "I will be your teacher. I will guide you and show you the way you should go. You can ask any question, no matter how small. There is no such thing as a wrong question here. You'll make mistakes. That's part of learning. But if you trust in me as your teacher, you will succeed in all things." I let his words sink in, the weight of them grounding me. For the first time, I felt a sense of peace, a reassurance that no matter how difficult life got, I wasn't walking this path alone. He stood up, took his bag and the exam paper from the desk, and gave me a reassuring smile. "I'll see you tomorrow. All I need from you is to show up." And just like that, I knew I was going to be okay.